Hello, welcome to Xometry's community event for Workcenter. My name is Sally Berry and I'm a marketing manager at Xometry. Today we are joined by our hosts, Dave, Anshu, and Cedric. We are so excited to give you all the first look at our newest product, Workcenter. Here's a quick agenda of what we're going to cover today. First, we'll start with the new added benefits of Workcenter. Then we'll present the updated experiences for our existing features, job board, shop finances, and your partner scorecard. Next, we'll introduce our new features and the inclusion of thomasnet.com projects. Last, we'll talk about new updates coming soon, open up for QA, and share a complete walkthrough at the end. Workcenter is a revamp of our current partner portal. With Workcenter, you can manage your shop by adding team members, assigning tasks, tracking job statuses, and more, all in the same platform. You're able to centralize your work so you can take jobs from the job board, add your own in-house work, and receive projects from thomasnet.com. You can also access the same cash flow solutions such as Fast Pay, Advanced Card, and Instant Pay within the platform. So Workcenter is using the Xometry Job Board with an easy-to-use, fully featured manufacturing execution system, or MES, to increase your shop's efficiency and productivity on every job from start to finish. My colleague Dave is now going to share a quick look at the updated homepage that will replace your portal when you migrate to Workcenter.
Let's take a quick look at the updated homepage that will replace your partner portal when you migrate to Workcenter. So this is your new dashboard. And from here, you can view the job board and go right back into your partner experience. You can see all your jobs and work status in real time, access all of your personalization settings, invite new team members, update your shop's capacities and information, and access all of your shop finances. So let's take a closer look at the updated experiences within Workcenter. Next slide. Thank you. Let's take a look with shop finances. Same cash flow benefits you know and love are now in Workcenter. We've migrated all your shop finance dashboard, and functionality works all the same. Let's take a look at the job board. Again, everything you're already familiar with in the Xometry Job Board is just now centrally located within Workcenter. All of your existing Xometry work history will be imported over, including any saved searches you may have. Your partner success score doesn't change. It's just now centrally located in Workcenter. Now let me pass it back over to Sally and Anshu to talk about some of the exciting new features in Workcenter. Sally?
Yeah, thanks, Dave. So a new change you all will see when you get into Workcenter is you'll be able to view all of your jobs within the jobs management tabs. Here you can filter, click into individual jobs to manage them, and provide progress updates. So you'll see in this GIF that we're showing that you can filter by your Xometry jobs, by your Thomasnet projects, and also any in-house client work you have. Once you've accepted a job from the job board, you can review job details within the jobs tab, as well as these individual jobs. Here you'll see 4 milestones associated with every Xometry job, and each one of them contains a set of tasks. A task that has not been started will have a to-do status. Move a task into the progress when you start work, and then move it into complete when all requirements have been met. At the top of jobs overview, you will also see a progress indicator. This shows how complete a job is and provides a high-level overview of task statuses and to-dos. Any changes or updates you make to a job will be reflected on this progress section and on the job management table. Within job details, you will see line items. Each line items have a specific set of tasks, which if you kind of look in this GIF right now, it's showing the individual line items. And each of these need to be ordered to be completed in order to complete that line item. Update the statuses of individual tasks, assign users, and track quantities by selecting the line items. Kind of a new feature that we've added is all of Workcenter allows you to bring in your in-house work. So meaning jobs that you guys aren't taking off the job board. Selecting create a job will prompt you to enter a job and add line item details to manage the job, and you use the capabilities of the MES products in Workcenter. After you've created your in-house work, you'll be able to manage your job using a default set of tasks for each line item, task assignments, and also have progress indicators, as we've mentioned before. So that's kind of what it has to do about bringing your in-house work. If you are a Thomas partner, you'll also be able to view all of your Thomas projects in the projects tab of navigation. If you don't have a Thomas profile, you can set one up for free on thomasnet.com. But within this tab, you'll see a list of your projects with relevant statuses. If you would like to track the progress of your jobs prior or your projects prior to fulfillment with more granularity, click this Manage as a Job button that you'll see here. This will convert your project into a job, allowing you to make progress updates as you will work and provides you more visibility into where your production is and exactly like where you are in your job. Any changes or updates you make in the Project Workcenter will be reflected also on your Thomasnet dashboard. So it's nice that you're able to be in your supplier platform on thomasnet.com, but you can also look at it in Workcenter. I'm going to go overhead and pass it to Anshu, who's going to speak about some of the new roadmap for our new features and kind of what's coming on the quarters as we continue to optimize this product.
Awesome. Thanks, Sally. So as Sally mentioned, we're really excited to continue to build Workcenter's capabilities by making it even more configurable and personalized to your organization's needs. So we're going to be introducing a few new capabilities over the next few months, including the customization of workflows. So as Sally mentioned, when you create in-house jobs, we'll have a defined set of tasks that you'll work through for each line item that you add. But shortly, we will be introducing this customization of workflows, which enables you to add your own tasks and reorder tasks so that the Workcenter process aligns with your existing production processes. So this means I can create new tasks, I can have task requirements, I can really customize the flow dedicated to completing my in-house work that matches my existing production process. In addition, we're adding notifications in-app to allow your other users and your team, and along with other devices that you might be using to access Workcenter, to be continuously informed of any updates or issues in jobs. So that will be really great, along with comments, in order to keep a lot of your communication inside Workcenter so you don't have to use a different tool. Additionally, in Q3, we're looking forward to adding additional features focused on improving the operator experience. So right now, Workcenter is really focused on helping you track and finish jobs. But what we want to introduce is a Kanban style board focused on enabling operators or other task managers at your shop to quickly update all tasks in a production step versus having to update tasks within the context of a job. So we're really excited about this Kanban style board. It will be really helpful to also get some more feedback on that as we continue to build that process up. But we're excited to have a more operator-focused view as well in Workcenter. Additionally, in the next few months, we'll be focusing on adding some lightweight scheduling capabilities into Workcenter to help you manage not only your jobs, but also your capacity and really plan for future production. We know that it's an all-in-one tool, so we know that Workcenter doesn't work in a vacuum. So we're adding additional app integrations into Workcenter as well, so you can connect your existing tools and processes into Workcenter, so we can make sure that it really is built as an all-in-one tool. We're also hoping to offer tracking and analytics capabilities over time to help you gain even more visibility into your production processes and help you keep track of operational metrics. So we're going to add a few of that soon for your homepage so you can see what your current job statuses are, which ones are overdue, which ones are at risk of overdue. But in addition to that, we're hoping to give you even more insight onto your operations, starting with being able to track assignment to tasks and then really taking that a step further. So we're so excited on what's next for Workcenter and work with users like you to get more insights and continuously improve the process and make it really your all-in-one MES solution. All right, I'll pass it back to Sally.
So as Anshu mentioned, we're excited for you guys to get in, and we're really excited to hear your feedback. So we're always looking, our product team is always looking for suggestions, concerns, questions. If you guys find any bugs, just let us know. So we're going to send, at the end of this presentation, we're going to send an email out with the recording, slideshow, and we're also going to have all the relevant links. So if you need to email support, you'll be able to connect with them there. And then kind of when you guys are starting to onboard, so we're rolling out your customized work center in phases. So you'll get an email from Casey Bennett on our team who will let you know when your work center is ready. It'll have a walkthrough of kind of what all it entails, again, another refresher. And then once you guys click in, you'll be able to have kind of a guided walkthrough on exactly how to onboard, how to invite team members, and how to kind of create your own domain and then get into Work Center. So now we're going to open up to any questions. So we'll kind of go by unmuting you guys. And then from there, kind of answer any questions that also were in the chat or any questions you guys have. And then Anshu will do a walkthrough of the actual program. Okay, I'm going to unmute you all. Or if you all want to unmute yourself, I think you guys can actually, if you have a question, I think you guys have the ability to unmute.
This is Motor City. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. So one of the questions I have is on the URL that we're going to be getting. Where is it actually, where's that data being stored at? And how secure is it? Like if we have other customers that are ITAR sensitive or require cybersecurity, where is it actually stored and where is that information accessible to whom?
Sally, I can answer that question. Yeah, so all the data is stored on a secure Gov Cloud environment, which is ITAR compatible, and we're effectively treating every job as if it requires ITAR security. So all of that data will be locked down in an ITAR secure environment, and then I think the other kind of part of your question maybe was where is that data being stored and I guess who has access to that. The data you put in to your work center is yours. The only data that specific data that Xometry gets is on the Xometry job. So all of your in-house jobs are secure to the users that you invite to your work center. We do some aggregate things like counts and things, but the Xometry jobs are still processed through the Xometry operations, but all the data and the in-house jobs are all yours.
So is that URL, is it NIST or CMMC compliant?
It is, we're working on the CMMC compliance now. There's no expectation that we need to make any technical changes to how we're processing any of the data to officially become CMMC compliant. But there's just a kind of a approval process that we have to go through to be able to validate that.
So as we get bigger and we store more and more information on there, who actually pays for that space? And let's say we want to get everything out of that space, how would we go about doing so?
Sure. So for now, there's no cost to storing your data on Workcenter, and there will be a migration protocol that if you want to extract and download all that data, that's something that we'll facilitate as a service. For now, it is not self-service at this time, but you will be able to download and keep all of the data that goes into Workcenter if you choose to.
And it is being backed up too?
It's all on the cloud, and it's stored. And we have a lot of redundancy on the cloud, so it's all backed up on the cloud.
All right. That's the questions we had, and then until we start using it, we might have more then. Thank you.
If anybody has any additional questions, feel free to ask them now, or, we can also open up that when we have that community post, we can kind of go from there. But if there are no additional questions, I'm going to pass it back to Anshu to actually kind of get into the platform itself, and you guys can see it end to end kind of walk through.
We do have one more question. Sorry about that.
No
We
worries.
received the email from a Daryl. Daryl Barty asking for financial information, which we already thought Xometry had all our financial information, so we were a little leery on answering that email.
It seems
I
like
would
none of
recommend not answering that email.
Yeah.
We
If-
didn't.
Yeah, if anyone else has seen that, that would be great to know.
Yeah.
We'll pass that to our team, and I think maybe Casey or someone from the ops team will reach out again directly to you if we are missing any information, but that does not sound appropriate. So I imagine that is a scam, but it's great to know, and we will look into that.
Yeah, that's what we thought too. That's why we didn't answer it. It was sent by a person with the email address of darryl.barbee@xometry.com.
Yeah, we'll have to kind of look into that one ourselves, because I don't think you should have got that. So we'll figure that out and have someone reach out.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
I do have a question.
Oh yeah.
This is Brian Wadey in Seattle. As far as the ThomasNet itself, the platform, what percentage of the partners have migrated into it? I'm just kind of curious.
I don't know if we have that number right off hand.
Being
I
that
can
it's-
speak to that, Sally.
Okay,
Okay.
I was gonna say Dan can get that.
Hey, Brian, it's Dan Richards in supplier marketing. We've spoken over the years.
Right.
So really, it's essentially 100% or in the high 90s. When we completed the acquisition of ThomasNet earlier in the year, we set up all Xometry partners with supplier pages on ThomasNet. And then the next step that a partner has to take is to do what we call claiming the page, which is essentially associating their name and email with that page, so that if a buyer on ThomasNet wants to select you as a supplier for a potential project, that your page is basically active and able to receive those proposals.
Okay. Because it's all new. I mean, it's been out there, and I know a lot of the other folks that I know that are partners, or it's kind of like we all ask ourselves, we're supposed to be migrating over. So maybe the word hasn't gotten
Well,
out
it's
to
not.
us all.
There's no forced migration in that sense. Think of it as we have different opportunities to bring you business for your facility. So the Xometry Job Board, or now in Workcenter, continues to offer jobs through the traditional job board. But we're now, if you set up a page on ThomasNet, which is free to do, you'll have access to, I think it's about 1.4 million buyers are going through there every month looking for suppliers to fulfill orders. And so we want to get the Xometry partner group, in front of them and to be candidates to take that work. And then to kind of close the circle on what we've talked about today, those projects will also appear in Workcenter, and you'll get paid out for them through shop finances like you're used to today.
Right on. So actually, it's a very nice thing you guys are doing. It's crazy.
Thank you,
Okay.
Brian. I think you may have used our old seller marketplace a bit, if I'm remembering correctly.
Old seller marketplace.
Sort of where we connected you straight to directly with buyers.
No, God, I
know
love
we
the
spoke
platform the
about
way
it.
it is. I mean, honestly.
Well, this was sort of some folks on the call today may have participated in that platform, which we launched last year. Think of this whole Workcenter and ThomasNet integration as our bigger and better replacement for that experience.
Gotcha.
All right.
Thank you for making that point, Dan, because I see a bunch of names on here that have been with us through the marketplace journey. And this is really the next stepping stone in that same journey. So thank you for tying that together, Dan, because that's an important point.
So are there any plans to open up the quoting engine for outside work to be quoted by the partners?
Do you mean like integrating the Xometry instant quote engine into your ThomasNet platform, or are you talking about something else?
Yeah, like would it be possible to take work that we've gotten outside of Xometry and outside of Thomas, and then maybe utilize the quoting engine and then bring that into Workcenter? It'd be a really nice workflow.
Yep. That's part of the whole that's part of the whole deal, is that this is a consolidation of Workcenter and outside work or in-house work or separate work. We've learned that different shops refer to it differently, but it's essentially Xometry work and non-Xometry work. But this is a place where you can consolidate all of your shop's work, manage all of your jobs, and connect with everything directly in one interface.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. So I think we're ready to move over to the demo. So I'm going to stop sharing and let Anshu take over.
And at this point, I'm going to have to drop. I've got a new partner onboarding call to prep for. So I want to thank everybody for joining and participation in this event. This is really cool stuff. We've been working really hard on it, and we're really excited to have users. So thanks for joining, and thanks for being part of our network. Bye.
Awesome. Thanks, Dave. All right. Can everyone see my screen?
Yep, I can see your screen.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So I wanted to walk through a little bit in the Workcenter. I know the slides kind of showed you guys a little sneak peek of kind of what the pages actually look like. So feel free to kind of refer back to those as well. But just wanted to walk through a few things on the Workcenter. So as Dave mentioned, your homepage, you can kind of use this to navigate through each part of the application, including managing your work, accessing your jobs board. If you are a Thomas partner, you'll see this projects section as well. So you can go directly to your projects, your shop finances, managing your team members, and learning a little bit about Workcenter. So if you have any questions or concerns, that will take you to the community link as well. So a lot of this will look pretty similar. As Dave mentioned, you'll still see your job board along with your offers, your feedbacks, RFQs. You'll still see your scorecard. Obviously, this is a staging account, so I have not completed any jobs, so my score is very low, but you'll see all of the tools and access and metrics that you currently have within your scorecard on this tab as well. You'll still have access to all of the resources. So previously, instead of having it in the top navigation bar, we've just kind of added a page for your resources. So you can easily access community, join a discussion, shop for supplies, and also use the quick links to navigate to any additional pages on the community board. You'll also see a section for Thomas, again, if you are a Thomas partner. So you can navigate to Thomas. This will allow you to access your project information. You can look at your invitations, actually quote and accept invitations directly from this page as well. So if you're familiar with the Thomas process, I can actually create a quote, decline an invitation, directly respond to a quote from Workcenter now. So really building on that integrated experience, as everyone on the call has mentioned, connecting your Thomas work with your Xometry work and also your in-house work. So I can actually now, if my quote from Thomas has been accepted, I can click on a project, select manage as a job. And now when I select this action, I can manage this job in the job management section. So all the flows for accepting either a job board offer or a Thomas offer flows directly back into the jobs management page. Now, when I go to the jobs management page, I'll see a table with a lot of insights onto where my job is in the process of completion. So I can see this progress bar, which shows me the tasks that still need to be completed, the progress for the tasks that have been started or completed, the number of units, ship by date, when the job was created, along with the source. So as you can see, this is kind of an in-house job. I'll be able to see my Thomas projects and really distinguish by source from Xometry, Thomas, and in-house work. So again, as Scott mentioned, the Thomas work, we will get insights onto, the status of that work, how far along it is, similar to how it currently exists on the partner portal. So that same process will exist for all Xometry work. And for Thomas projects as well, we'll get insight onto whether it's been completed, whether you've completed the quote, that kind of data, but really your in-house work is for you. So it's built to enable you to bring in all your work into the Workcenter. So you can see a page like this that has the current work of your Xometry, Thomas, and in-house all on the same page. We're hoping to add additional capabilities to this, including filtering capabilities, being able to sort by, created date, ship by date, and a few other things that you'll see shortly added to the application. But those are a few things that we're kind of working on as well. So let me go into a Xometry job. So this is a job that I've accepted. You'll see the progress bar at the top. You'll see the percentage complete, your tasks. You'll still see all of your estimated job completion and your reason. All of this will look pretty familiar. Report an issue, ask a question. All of those currently exist with your partner portal, so those should be pretty easy. You'll also see a section for your job details. And then at the bottom is really where the complexity comes into play, where you have the line item along with your part information. But when I select a line item, I have additional information in that line item, including a step-by-step process to complete and finish shipping this particular line item. So I can select source materials, really enable a due date for each task. So I can actually have a due date for each task. If I need source materials done by a certain time, I can track that in Workcenter, and it'll show in this line item. As you can see here, it says due in 22 days. You can also assign users to each task. So if there's a particular user that usually works through source materials, you can actually select a user here, and that person will be assigned to this task. Additional updates and quantity tracking as well. Not only do you have the ability to finish all quantity, but you also have the ability to split track quantity. What that means is I can actually finish this source materials task for a subset of my quantity. So let's say I wanted to do this for 10. It will show me that I've completed 10 and I have 10 remaining for this particular task. So I can actually track individual quantity updates as well, especially when this task is really in progress. And now what that means is I can actually move into manufacture parts and track quantity for manufacturing as well, since I already have 10, done with the source materials task. So there's a few additional updates within the tasks that you're able to kind of really control and have more granularity on where you are in the process. So now when I go back to my jobs page, I can see that one task is in progress. I can take a look at the quantity that's been completed for that task, and really have more visibility into what is happening at that job. And this functionality isn't only available for Xometry jobs. You can actually create your own in-house jobs. As we've talked about on this call, you can enter job information, job detail, ship by date. So for example, I'll just create one as we're kind of walking through this. I can select a line item or a part that I want to create as part of this job. So I can select CNC, add specific line item details to the CNC job. And this is all, data that Xometry is actually has for their particular jobs that we're offering to you to have really additional granularity on, your in-house jobs. So if you do track material, finish, tightest tolerance, surface roughness, all of these additional form fields, you have the ability to now use the same kind of format in your in-house work. So this is really only pages that you will be seeing managed by you. So whatever data you want to include for your particular jobs, you have the option to include that information. So I'll add a price. I have to select a material. I'll click submit. So I can add multiple line items. I can edit line items before I complete this job as well. So depending on what you would like, what information you would like added to your in-house work. We also do have shipping and customer information. This whole section is optional, so you don't have to fill out any information. But if you do want to see your customer name, your street address in your job overview page, this is just an easy way to have all the data on that page that we were just at with the progress bar, etc. You just have all the data there. But again, this is really just for your own process. So if you don't want to include any shipping data, you don't have to. This whole section is optional. You can click skip to review job, really review your job details, and then select your create job button. What that will do now is have the same kind of overview page that we saw for Xometry jobs. You won't see the milestones, which are, production started, materials received, etc. But you will see a progress bar. You'll see all your job details that were entered during the job creation process. You'll still see all your line items, so you can do the same type of tracking, quantity updates that was available for Xometry jobs directly within this panel as well. So all of that functionality is available for your in-house jobs and also your Thomas projects. Cool. I think those were the highlights. Some of the big things, the other things that we have is all of your account management and your settings will be under your organization section. You see that this is really dedicated to be a tool for your shop. So you'll see the URL update at the top. The icon will be a standard icon right now, but in the future, you'll be able to add a logo here as well. So it'll really feel like your own application. You'll have your user settings, notification settings, the ability to log out here, and also the ability to switch to other parts of the Xometry application and ecosystem. So again, this is really dedicated to help our shops that are really Xometry and Thomas partners be able to manage their work more easily, all in one kind of unified platform. And again, we're hoping to kind of build a lot of capabilities as we get more feedback and really focus on the next set of features that we want to work through in the coming months.
Anshu, quick question from the chat.
Yep.
Is there a way to see an accepted on date based on what's currently in place?
We currently don't have that, but that is really good feedback. We'll make a note of it and see what we can do. We definitely have the data somewhere. It's just not in this main jobs overview section. So.
Then we have another question too, or Ashley, we can kind of go into reading yours right now. Right now, there are no longer to upload a JPEG for photo during the inspection step. Maybe this is a bug, or if there's a plan to update this.
Yeah, that is a bug. Thanks for reporting that, Ashley. We will get on that right now.
Sweet. Any other questions?
We have a couple more coming in right now.
Awesome. I will also monitor the chat.
Okay.
We have a way to see previous job numbers if the accepted job is a repeat. Awesome. We currently don't have that, but that is something that we can make a note of to just make sure you can view previous work as well. We'll have to dig into that a little bit more I think that is from Brantley. So we'll have to dig into previous job numbers a little bit more, but thanks for that feedback.
And then the other question, is there any thoughts on creating a cell phone app for this?
Yeah, we have a few ideas going around that, but I think the goal of the tool is that it will be responsive to use on any device, including your phone. There's a few things that we're doing to just update the responsiveness to make sure it's usable from kind of a phone size as well. But I think that's where we're going. We want you to be able to use Workcenter on every type of device. So whether it's on an app or opening up a URL on your phone, that is definitely something that we're thinking about.
Awesome. Thank you, Anshu, for your time and kind of walking through this demo with us. So one thing, you guys will send an email out kind of with your more information, recording, links to the slides. I'm also going to go ahead and put the ThomasNet claim in the chat so you guys can see the link that if you would like to actually claim your profile in there and kind of just save that. From there, you'll be able to go in and enter your company name or your shop name and find it, and then kind of go through the steps of claim. But we're so glad that you guys were able to attend, and we're really excited about this project. So we hope that you guys enjoy it and it's really helpful for your shop. Thank you. Now we have one more question. If there's any thought on adding shipment method? And then we have two.
Daniel, for the shipping method, are you talking about for in-house work or in the actual kind of create shipment flow that exists for Xometry work?
Within Xometry Jobs.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I think that's feedback that we can make a note of. That's definitely something that is we'll have to dig into in the shipping process for Xometry work.
Okay, and then we had another question from Brantley. Another on the old job board I have, it needs a formal inspection. On the new board, the formal inspection is showing up for me to isn't showing up for me to download the paperwork. So this is some of the users on this call are actually in it or now. That could be a bug as well. So we'll have our team look at that one.
Awesome. And Scott, if you're still on the call, I think we can make a note of that for the inspection process.
And then, sorry. And the other question was, will jobs eventually be arranged by due date?
Yep, that is what we're working on right now, or by ship by date is the goal for the table. However, I think moving forward, we'll want you to be able to kind of filter and sort in other columns of the table as well. So we're thinking about kind of adding additional functionality. Okay, so another note for Xometry jobs is the creation of labels would be nice. I think that's something that currently exists for Xometry jobs, but I think an improved process. Jordan, is that what you're referring to? Okay, one thing we've wished for was available was the shipping method for jobs before we mark them as ready to ship. Certain shippers can only pick up. That's great feedback, Daniel. I think we will also make a note of that. The goal is that as we're kind of improving the process, we will have some of this information that you need exactly available at each step of the process more accessible from those task modals and line item modals. So those are notes that we're going to be taking down. I think we want to just make sure we have the data and the right process for it, but that feedback is really helpful. Okay, got it. Scott, there's another note from Brantley about the previous work not showing up. So I think
I'm dropping the URL in there right now, but we are fixing that. But you can still access it. We're just adding a link, and Brantley, I'm typing the URL and for you to access that right now, and we will get that in the product by end of day.
There's another question. I see that we were able to download a list of 10 jobs that are on the page. Are we able to download a list of all open jobs?
We'll take a look at that. Scott, I'm not sure if I think the intention that we would want is to be able to download the complete list. So we'll take a look at that and make sure it's working as intended, Ashley, but definitely something that we're hoping to accommodate.
Awesome. So as we said before, we'll send an email. I'll also provide that email clearly. So if you guys have any feedback, support, bugs, as you guys are getting into Workcenter, as we're onboarding everybody into Workcenter, just reach out, making a note of all these kind of product updates and product requests. So our product team can review and figure out kind of where to implement. But I want to say again, thank you guys for joining, and very excited about Workcenter.